The year was 2247. Earth was dying. Cities burned in endless wars. The oceans rose and swallowed entire nations. Millions starved while governments fought over the last resources. Humanity stood at the edge of extinction. Then they came. The Galactic Council arrived in massive ships that blocked out the sun. Their leader spoke in a voice that echoed across every screen on Earth. We come in peace. We offer salvation. Join us and your species will survive. World leaders gathered in emergency sessions. They had no choice. Earth signed the treaty without reading the fine print. The aliens brought technology beyond imagination. They cured diseases in days. They built cities in hours. They stopped the wars and fed the hungry. Humanity celebrated. We were saved. We were part of the galaxy now. But Admiral Sarachin noticed something strange. Human soldiers were being recruited for special training programs. Young men and women disappeared into alien ships. They were told they would become protectors of peace, heroes of the new age. Sarah's own son volunteered. She hugged him tight the day he left. He promised to write every week. The letters stopped after 3 months. Sarah demanded answers. The council smiled and said he was on a classified mission. She would see him soon. That was 20 years ago. Now Sarah sat in her office on Mars Colony 7. She commanded Earth's defense fleet, but she knew the truth. There was no defense. Humanity was trapped. Every ship had alien observers. Every base had council overseers. They called it partnership. Sarah called it occupation. Today something changed. An encrypted file appeared on her private terminal. The sender was anonymous. The file name made her blood freeze. Endgame Protocol. Her hands shook as she opened it. The document revealed everything. 200 years of planning. The Council had done this before. 47 species across the galaxy, all recruited the same way. Promises of salvation, technology, and peace. Then the trap closed. The recruited soldiers never came home. They were sent to fight wars on distant worlds. Expendable, replaceable, forgettable. The survival rate was 12%. Sarah scrolled through pages of data. Population projections. Resource extraction schedules. Phase 7 was about to begin. Reduce human population by 80% over 10 years. Earth would become a farming world. The remaining humans would serve forever. She found her son's name in the casualty list. Killed in action on a planet she had never heard of. 15 years ago. They never told her. They never told any of the families. Sarah closed the file. Her face was stone. Her eyes burned with something the Council had not seen in 2 centuries. Human rage. She activated her secure communicator. Time to make some calls. The rebellion was about to begin. But first humanity needed to know the truth. They were not partners. They were not protectors. They were slaves. And slaves who knew the truth were the most dangerous weapon in the universe. Marcus wiped blood from his visor. The battlefield was silent now. His entire squad lay dead around him. 43 human soldiers gone in 20 minutes. The alien commanders did not even bother to count the bodies. They never did. Marcus was the only survivor. Again, this was his 8th mission. His 8th time watching friends die for alien wars. He crawled toward his best friend's body. James had saved his life 3 times. Now James stared at the sky with empty eyes. Marcus reached for the dog tags, but found something else. A small data chip hidden inside James's helmet seal. His hands trembled as he inserted it into his armor computer. The file opened. Marcus read in horror. The Galactic Council. The treaty. The lies. Everything. Humans were not heroes. They were slaves. Disposable weapons thrown at every conflict in the galaxy. The file showed the real numbers. Over 6 billion humans had died in council wars. 6 billion. Earth's population was only 10 billion total. Most families had lost someone, but the council called them heroes and hid the bodies. Marcus kept reading. The kill switch section made him freeze. Every human soldier had a neural implant. They said it was for communication and health monitoring. Another lie. The implant could stop your heart instantly. One signal from Council Command, and you were dead. No trial, no warning, just death. Thousands had died this way. Anyone who questioned orders, anyone who tried to desert, anyone who learned too much. The implant made sure silence was guaranteed. Marcus touched the back of his neck. He could feel the small scar where they put it. He was 17 when they did the surgery. They said it would make him stronger, faster, better. He believed them. Everyone believed them. An alien boot kicked his helmet. Marcus looked up. Commander Zelther stood over him. The insect-like creature's mandibles clicked in disgust. Clean up your filth, slave warrior. Zelther walked away. Marcus watched him go. Slave warrior. Not soldier. Not protector. Slave. The word burned in his mind. He looked at the data chip. James died getting this information. Died making sure someone would know the truth. Marcus had two choices. Delete the file and survive, or spread the truth and die. His finger hovered over the transmit button. One click would send this file to every human device in the sector. Millions would learn what the Council really was. But the moment he pressed send the kill switch would activate. His implant would detect the unauthorized transmission. Command would push the button. His heart would stop. Marcus thought about his sister back on Earth. She was only 12. She still believed the propaganda. Still thought her brother was a hero fighting for galactic peace. If he died, she would get a medal and a folded flag. If he lived, she would never know the truth. The communication system crackled. All units returned to base. Mission complete. Commander Zelther's voice was bored. He did not care about the 43 dead humans. They were already replaced. New soldiers were being shipped from Earth right now. Young, eager, ignorant. Marcus made his decision. He encrypted the file with a time delay. 30 days. Enough time for the data to spread through networks before Command noticed. Enough time for it to reach people who mattered. He attached James's final message. A video recorded hours before the battle. James spoke directly to the camera. If you are watching this, I am dead. Do not let them lie about how I died. Do not let them call me a hero. I was a slave. We all are. Fight back. Marcus hit send. The file uploaded to the military network. It would bounce through servers, hide in maintenance logs, spread like a virus. In 30 days, every human in the galaxy would see it. But something went wrong. An alert flashed on his screen. Unauthorized transmission detected. Tracing source. Marcus's heart raced. The kill switch activation sequence began. He had 60 seconds. He ran. The implant was already sending pain signals. His vision blurred. His chest tightened. 50 seconds. He reached an abandoned bunker. 40 seconds. He pulled out his combat knife. 30 seconds. Marcus did something insane. He jammed the knife into the back of his neck, right where the implant sat. Blood poured down his armor. The pain was unimaginable. 20 seconds. He dug deeper, felt the metal chip. 10 seconds. He ripped it out. The implant fell to the ground, still blinking. 5 seconds. The kill switch activated. The chip exploded in a tiny burst of electricity, but it was no longer inside Marcus. He collapsed, blood everywhere, vision fading, but alive. His last thought before passing out was simple. The file was sent. The truth was spreading. In 30 days, the galaxy would know. Humanity would wake up, and the Council would face something they had never seen before. Humans with nothing left to lose. Marcus opened his eyes. White ceiling. Clean air. Soft bed. This was not a battlefield. A woman sat beside him. She wore an admiral's uniform. Her face was hard, but her eyes showed something else. Hope, you've been asleep for 3 days. She said, we found you in that bunker. You should be dead. Marcus tried to sit up. Pain shot through his neck. The woman pushed him back down gently. The implant is gone. We removed the damaged tissue and sealed the wound. You are free now. Truly free. Marcus stared at her. Free. He had not heard that word in years. The woman smiled. My name is Sarah Chun, Admiral of Earth's Hidden Resistance Fleet. Welcome to the real war. She pulled up a hologram. The image showed Earth surrounded by red warning symbols. Then the view expanded. Hundreds of planets, thousands of stations, every location marked with human population numbers. Marcus saw the total. 200 billion humans scattered across the galaxy, all enslaved, all controlled by implants, all believing they were heroes. Sarah pointed to specific locations. These are our resistance cells, hidden groups on 400 planets. Scientists, soldiers, engineers, families, all waiting for the signal to fight back. Marcus was shocked. 400 cells. That's impossible. The Council would detect them. Sarah shook her head. The Council thinks humans are too primitive to organize, too obedient to rebel. They were wrong. We have been preparing for 20 years. But there is a problem. She zoomed in on a distant planet, the Council homeworld. A massive structure orbited it. That is the Central Command AI. Every implant in every human is connected to it. The AI monitors thoughts, detects rebellion, activates kill switches. As long as it exists, we cannot win. Marcus understood. We need to destroy it. Sarah nodded. Destroy it or hack it? If we hack the AI, we can disable every implant simultaneously. 200 billion humans freed in one moment. But the AI is protected by the galaxy's most advanced security. Quantum encryption, biological locks, defensive systems that can vaporize entire fleets. No one has ever reached it. A new voice spoke from the shadows. That is where I come in. A small figure stepped into the light. A woman with tired eyes and brilliant smile. Dr. Amara Okonkwo, scientist, hacker, and the person who figured out how the implants work. She held up a small device. This is a copy of the implant technology. I have been studying it for 10 years. The Council thinks their encryption is unbreakable. They are almost right. Almost. She activated a hologram showing complex code. The AI has one weakness. It was designed by 47 different species. Each species added their own security layer. The layers conflict with each other, create tiny gaps in the system. Gaps I can exploit. But I need physical access to the AI core. Marcus looked at Sarah. You need someone to infiltrate the Council homeworld. Get the doctor inside. Plant the hack. Sarah nodded slowly. It is a suicide mission. The homeworld has defenses that destroyed 3 rebel fleets. Automated weapons. Energy shields. Sensor grids that detect anything larger than a shuttle. We would need a small team. Expert fighters. People willing to die. The door opened. 2 more people entered. A massive man with cold eyes. General Viktor Petrov, former Russian commander. He had led resistance cells on 12 planets. His reputation was legendary. Behind him walked a young woman with sharp features. Captain Yuki Tanaka, cyber warfare specialist. She had hacked Council systems 17 times without being caught. Viktor spoke in a deep voice. I heard you need crazy people for impossible missions. I am very crazy. Yuki smiled. I have been mapping the homeworld defenses for 5 years. There's a way in. One path. We would need perfect timing. And a lot of luck. But it can be done. Sarah looked at all of them. Marcus the soldier who ripped out his own implant. Amara the scientist who decoded their technology. Victor the general who never lost a battle. Yuki the hacker who made the impossible look easy. This is our team. But we cannot move yet. We need more time to prepare. More resources. More intelligence. Marcus struggled to his feet. How much time? Sarah's face darkened. That is the problem. We just intercepted a Council transmission. They are moving to Phase 7 early. Population reduction begins in 90 days. They plan to eliminate 80% of humanity. Starting with Earth. The room went silent. 90 days. Billions would die. Children. Families. Everyone. Victor slammed his fist on the table. Then we move in 80 days. Train. Plan. Prepare. On day 80 we strike. Amara pulled up another hologram. There is something else you should know. We are not the first species the Council enslaved. There were others before us. 46 species total. All destroyed after they served their purpose. The image showed alien ruins. Dead worlds. extinct civilizations. But one species survived. The Verith. They escaped council control 50 years ago, went into hiding. Yesterday we received a message from them. The message played. A telepathic voice echoed in their minds. Humans, we know your pain. We lived it. The council will not stop until you are extinct. But you have something we did not. You have fury. Use it. We will help. Stand ready. The transmission coordinates are attached. You are not alone. Sarah looked at Marcus. The file you sent. It reaches the entire human network in 27 days. When those 200 billion people learn the truth, they will be ready to fight. We have 27 days to prepare the largest rebellion in galactic history. Marcus felt the wound on his neck, the scar where slavery used to live. Now it was just a reminder, a symbol. You want me on the infiltration team. Sarah smiled. I want you to lead it. You already proved you are willing to die for freedom. Now prove you can kill for it. Marcus looked at Victor, at Yuki, at Amara, at Sarah. These people were risking everything. Their lives, their families, their futures, all for a chance to break the chains. He thought about James, about the 6 billion humans who died in council wars, about his little sister who still believed the lies. His voice was steady. When do we start? Victor handed him a weapon. Right now. Training begins immediately. We have 80 days to become the thing the council fears most. Free humans with nothing to lose. The hologram changed. It showed the council homeworld. The Central Command AI, glowing like a target. Amara pointed at it. That is where we end this. That is where humanity takes back its freedom. Or dies trying. Marcus loaded the weapon. Let them try to stop us. We are not their slaves anymore. We are their nightmare. The file spread like wildfire. Day 1, 6 million humans saw the truth. Day 2, 60 million. Day 3, 400 million. The council AI detected unusual data patterns but could not stop it. The file was hidden in maintenance logs, buried in communication traffic, encoded in supply requests. By day 7, 1 billion humans knew they were slaves. The awakening had begun. On mining colony 7 Delta, a mother named Maria dropped her tools. She read the casualty list. Her husband's name was there. Killed 5 years ago. The council told her he died a hero. The truth was different. He was sent unarmed into a battle zone, used as a distraction while alien soldiers flanked the enemy. Expendable. She walked to the foreman's office. The alien supervisor looked up annoyed. Get back to work, human. Maria picked up a heavy wrench. She hit him once. He fell. She hit him again. He stopped moving. Alarms blared, but Maria did not run. She smiled. On Warship Valor 9, Commander Jackson read the file in his quarters. 20 years of service. 15 battles. 300 soldiers under his command. The file showed their real survival rate. 12%. He had sent 88% of his people to die. For lies. Jackson walked to the bridge. The council observer sat in the command chair. Status report human. Jackson pulled his sidearm. He shot the observer twice. The crew stared in shock. Jackson's voice was calm. I just read something interesting. Would you all like to see it? He transmitted the file to every screen on the ship. The crew read in silence. Then they locked the doors. The ship went dark. No communications. No responses. When Council Command tried to activate kill, switches to signals bounced back. The ship's systems were completely isolated. Valor 9 had gone rogue. On Earth, a teacher named Mischin showed her class the truth. These children were 10 years old enough to understand. The council says your parents are heroes. She said quietly, the truth is your parents are slaves. The children cried. Some refused to believe. But Mischin showed them the evidence. The files. The videos. The secret mass graves. One girl raised her hand. Can we fight back? Mischin looked at the door. Cameras watched everything. She knew what would happen next. But she smiled at the girl. Yes, we can fight back. The classroom door exploded. Council security stormed in. They grabbed Miss Chun. dragged her away. The children screamed. But before the security could wipe the classroom, the students copied the files, sent them to their families, to their neighbors, to everyone. The truth could not be stopped. Sarah watched all of this from the resistance headquarters. Reports flooded in. Small rebellions everywhere. A mechanic sabotaged a council warship. The ship exploded during a jump, killed 200 aliens, 0 humans. A cook on a diplomatic station poisoned the council delegation's food. 12 ambassadors died screaming. The cook activated his own kill switch before they could torture him. A technician reprogrammed navigation systems. 5 council ships jumped into stars. Nobody survived. The silent war had begun. Humans were not fighting with armies. They were fighting with sabotage, poison, explosions, small acts that added up. The council tried to respond. They activated kill switches. 10,000 humans died in one day. But it did not stop the rebellion. It made it worse. Families who lost loved ones became fighters. People who were afraid became angry. The council was creating the very thing they feared. An enemy with nothing to lose. Captain Yuki sat at her computer. She was monitoring council communications. Their security was panicking. They could not find the source of the rebellion, could not stop the file, could not control their human slaves anymore. She smiled. Then a priority message appeared. From the Verith, the alien species that had escaped. The message was short. The time is near. We are sending you a gift. Coordinates attached. Yuki opened the coordinates. It was a location in deep space. Nothing on the maps. She sent a scout ship. 3 days later, the ship returned. The pilot was shaking. You need to see this. The hologram activated. It showed a massive structure floating in empty space. A battle station. Verith design. Fully armed, fully functional, and completely hidden from council sensors. The message continued. We built this for our rebellion. We failed, but you will not. The station is yours. Use it well. The Verith had given humanity a secret weapon. Sarah looked at Victor. How many soldiers can we put on that station? Victor calculated quickly. 50,000. All volunteers. All willing to die. All ready to fight. Sarah turned to Amara. How long until you can hack the AI? Amara pulled up her work. The code was 90% complete. 72 hours. Then I need physical access to the AI core. 3 minutes of direct connection. That is all. Yuki interrupted. I have bad news. Council communications just changed. They detected the rebellions. They are accelerating Phase 7. Population reduction starts in 30 days. Not 90. 30. The room went silent. 30 days. Not enough time. Victor shook his head. Then we make it enough time. We launched a mission in 28 days. 2 days early. We hit them before they hit us. Marcus stood up. His neck wound had healed. He was ready. What about the file? It has only reached 1 billion people. Sarah made a decision. We release everything now. All the files. All the evidence. All the truth. 200 billion humans will know by tomorrow. Amara hesitated. The council will activate mass kill switches. Millions will die. Sarah's voice was hard. Millions will die anyway. At least this way they die knowing the truth. Die fighting. Die free. She sent the signal. Across the galaxy, the final files released. Every hidden document. Every secret order. Every mass grave location. Every lie the council ever told. 200 billion humans received the message simultaneously. The response was immediate. Riots on 400 planets. Ships going dark. Bases burning. Council members assassinated. Entire colonies declaring independence. The galaxy erupted in chaos. The council leadership met in emergency session. The Supreme Chancellor's voice was furious. How did this happen? How did primitive humans organize this? An advisor showed the data. They had been planning for 20 years. We underestimated them. The Chancellor slammed his appendage on the table. Activate all kill switches. Every human with an implant. Kill them all. The advisor hesitated. That is 40 billion humans. The Chancellor's eyes glowed with hate. I do not care. They are slaves. Property. Resources. Kill them, and we will rebuild with a new species. Humans have failed. The kill switch signal transmitted. Across the galaxy, 40 billion implants received the command. Heart should have stopped. Brain should have shut down. 40 billion humans should have died, but only 4 million fell. The rest lived. The advisor checked the systems in panic. The implants are not responding. Something is blocking the signal. On the hidden Vera station, Amara smiled. She had sent her own signal first. A countercode. It did not disable the implants, but it delayed them, gave humans a 72-hour window. 72 hours of freedom. 72 hours to fight. Sarah addressed the entire human resistance. This is it. The Council just tried to kill 40 billion of us. They failed. For the next 3 days, we are free. No kill switches. No control. No chains. In 3 days, they will try again. But we will not be here. We will be at their homeworld. We will be destroying their AI. We will be ending this forever. Every ship we have. Every soldier. Every weapon. We go now. Victor organized the assault fleet. 50,000 soldiers on the Vera station. 200 captured Council ships. 500 human-built fighters. Against the most defended planet in the galaxy. Yuki plotted the route. One jump. Straight to the homeworld. No stops. No delays. Element of surprise. Marcus loaded his weapon. The team was ready. Amara had her hacking gear. Victor had his tactical plans. Yuki had her navigation codes. They boarded the lead ship. Sarah stayed behind. Someone needed to coordinate the ground rebellions. Keep the Council distracted. She looked at Marcus one last time. Bring our people home. Marcus nodded. Or die trying. The fleet jumped. 28 days had become 0 days. The final war started now. On the Council, homeworld alarm screamed. A human fleet just appeared in orbit. Impossible. No one had ever attacked the homeworld. Supreme Chancellor could not believe it. They are primitives. Destroy them. The defense grid activated. Automated weapons. Energy shields. Fighter drones. The space around the planet lit up with weapons fire. Human ships exploded. Hundreds died in seconds. But the humans kept coming, ramming their ships into defense platforms, sacrificing themselves to clear paths, creating gaps in the shields. Marcus watched from the bridge. We are losing too many ships. Yuki checked her scans. The gap is there. 10 seconds. That is all we get. Victor grabbed the pilot. Full speed. Straight through. Do not stop. The command ship accelerated. Flew through the gap. Defense lasers tore through the hull. Half the crew died. But the ship made it through. Crashed into the AI facility. Marcus stood up. Blood everywhere. Ears ringing. Half his team dead. But Amara was alive. Her equipment survived. Victor pulled himself from the wreckage. We have company. Council security forces surrounded the crash site. Thousands of them. Marcus had 20 soldiers left. 20 against thousands. He checked his weapon. Smiled. Fair fight. Marcus hit the ground hard. Blood poured from 12 wounds. His vision blurred. Around him the Council soldiers closed in. Weapons raised. Victory in their eyes. But then something happened. Every soldier stopped. Froze in place. Confusion spread across their faces. Their communication systems went silent. Their weapons lost power. The AI had shut down. Across the galaxy, 40 billion implants died instantly. Humans felt the chains disappear. The constant pressure in their minds. The fear of the kill switch. The monitoring. All gone. A soldier on a mining colony touched his neck. Felt nothing. Started laughing. Could not stop laughing. A pilot on a warship realized her thoughts were her own again. No one was watching. No one was listening. She turned her guns on the Council commander. A farmer on Earth looked at the alien overseer. For 20 years he had obeyed every order. Worked every day. Never complained. Now he picked up his shovel. The overseer backed away. Wait, we can negotiate. The farmer swung. Hard. General Viktor Petrov coughed blood. The plasma bolt had burned through his chest, but he was still alive, still moving. He pulled himself toward the AI core, saw Amara working, saw the upload complete. He smiled, then collapsed. Captain Yuki fired her last magazine, dropped 3 council soldiers. Her weapon clicked empty. She grabbed a knife, charged forward, took 2 down before energy blasted her shoulder. She fell, but kept crawling, kept fighting. Marcus tried to stand, failed. His legs would not move. He could only watch as Amara worked. Her fingers flew across the keyboard. The AI core opened like a flower. She inserted the physical connector. The virus uploaded. 10%, 20%. Council soldiers broke through the defensive line, stepped over bodies, headed straight for Amara. 50%. A soldier raised his weapon, aimed at her head. Marcus threw his knife. It hit the soldier's throat. The soldier fell, but 10 more took his place. 70%. Amara did not look up, did not stop typing. Her hands were steady, calm. This was what she trained for, what she lived for. 90%. Energy blasts hit the console next to her. Sparks flew. She kept working. 100%. Upload complete. The AI core flashed bright white, then went dark. Every system connected to it shut down. Every implant, every kill switch, every monitoring device. Gone. The council soldiers stumbled. Their armor lost power. Their weapons died. Their communication went silent. They stood there confused, helpless. Marcus found his voice. Now, he whispered, now we fight back. Across 400 planets, the same thing happened. Human slaves realized they were free. The response was immediate, violent, unstoppable. On mining colony 7 Delta Maria led 300 workers. They had pickaxes and hammers. The council guards had energy weapons, but the weapons no longer worked. The guards ran. The workers chased them down, showed no mercy. On Warship Valor 9, Commander Jackson opened the doors. His crew poured out. They had been locked in for 27 days, waiting, planning. Now they moved through the ship, room by room, deck by deck. Every council member, every alien officer, every overseer, all removed. The ship was theirs. On Earth, Miss Chen walked out her prison cell. The locks had stopped working. She found the guards who took her. They begged for mercy. She thought about her students, about the children who cried. She showed the same mercy the council showed humanity. None. Admiral Sarah Chin watched from Resistance headquarters. Reports flooded in. 400 planets in open revolt. 2,000 ships declaring independence. 60 billion humans armed and fighting. The Council Empire was collapsing. But she knew this was just the beginning. The real war started now. She activated the fleet-wide channel. All human forces. This is Admiral Chun. The AI is down. The implants are dead. We are free. But freedom is not enough. The Council tried to exterminate us. They failed. Now we show them what happens when you enslave humanity. Now we show them what happens when you wake up Earth. Every ship, every soldier, every freed slave, converge on the Council homeworld. We end this today. The response was overwhelming. Ships jumped from every corner of the galaxy. Freed human warships. Captured Council vessels. Civilian transports carrying armed colonists, all heading to one location. The homeworld. Supreme Chancellor watched the sensors. Thousands of human ships appearing. His defenses were offline. His AI was destroyed. His empire was burning. He ran to the evacuation ships. Found them surrounded by his own security forces. But the guards were not protecting him. They were blocking him. One guard removed his helmet. A human face underneath. We have been waiting 20 years for this moment. The Chancellor backed away. You cannot do this. I am Supreme Chancellor. I have rights. The guard smiled. You are a slaver. You have no rights. Only judgment. The council leadership was dragged to the central plaza. 47 species leaders, all responsible for 200 years of slavery, billions of deaths, countless wars. They were chained, forced to kneel. Cameras broadcast across the galaxy. Every freed species watched. Marcus woke up in a medical bay. Bandages covered most of his body. Amara sat beside him. "You lived," she said softly. "We all thought you were dead." Marcus tried to speak. Coughed. Amara gave him water. "Victor is alive." "Barely. Yuki lost her arm, but she will survive." The mission succeeded. The AI is destroyed. Every implant is offline. Permanently. Marcus closed his eyes. Felt tears. 20 years of slavery. Finally over. But Amara's face was serious. "The trial starts in 1 hour. Sarah wants you there." They moved Marcus to a hover chair. Rolled him to the plaza. 1 million humans filled the streets. Former slaves. Freed soldiers. Families of the dead. All there to witness. The council leaders knelt on a platform. Bruised. Beaten. Terrified. Supreme Chancellor looked at the crowd. "This is illegal. We demand representation. We demand lawyers." Saracen stepped forward. "You demand nothing. You are war criminals. Slavers. Murderers. You will be judged by those you enslaved." A hologram activated. It showed evidence. 200 years of files. Orders to enslave species. Commands to activate kill switches. Plans for genocide. Mass graves. Execution lists. Everything. The council leaders tried to defend themselves. "We brought you technology. We gave you civilization. We saved you from extinction." Victor limped to the platform, his chest wrapped in emergency bandages. "You gave us chains. You gave us wars. You gave us mass graves filled with our children." A former slave stepped forward. "You killed my husband, called him expendable. He was a father, a teacher, a good man." Another stepped up. "You sterilized half my planet, said humans bred too fast. My daughter will never have children because of you." One by one the testimonies came. Thousands of voices, millions of crimes. The evidence was overwhelming, undeniable. Sarah addressed the galaxy. "The verdict is clear. Guilty on all counts. Crimes against humanity. Crimes against 46 species. Genocide. Slavery. Murder. The punishment is death." The council leaders screamed, begged, offered technology, offered wealth, offered anything. The crowd was silent. Marcus watched from his chair, thought about James, about the 6 billion humans who died, about his sister who grew up without a brother. The executions were quick, efficient, public. 47 leaders. Gone. The crowd did not cheer, did not celebrate, just watched, witnessed, remembered. When it was over, Sarah spoke again. "This is not revenge. This is justice. Let every species in the galaxy see. Let them remember. Slavery ends today. Any species, any empire, any government that tries this again will face humanity. And humanity does not forgive. Humanity does not forget." The message transmitted across every channel, every planet, every station. The galaxy heard. The Vera sent a message. "Welcome to freedom. Welcome to the Alliance of Free Species. We stand with you." Other former slave species responded. The Kelther, the Vosk, the Dren, all reaching out, all offering alliance, all freed by humanity's rebellion. Marcus looked at Amara. "What happens now?" She smiled. "Now we rebuild. Now we make sure this never happens again. Now we become the protectors we were always supposed to be. But this time we protect the weak, not the powerful." Victor joined them. "I am retiring, going back to Earth, planting a garden, forgetting how to kill." Yuki laughed, her mechanical arm already installed. "I am staying. Someone needs to make sure the galaxy's computers stay honest." Sarah approached the group. "You are all heroes. The greatest generation humanity ever produced." Marcus shook his head. "We were slaves who got tired of chains. That is all." Sarah looked at the freed masses, at the ships in orbit, at the new alliance forming. "No, you were slaves who chose freedom. And that choice changed the galaxy forever. Above them the stars shined. Billions of humans looked up, free for the first time in 200 years. Children asked their parents what happens next. The parents smiled, did not know, but whatever came next, they would face it as free people. The Council Empire was destroyed. The AI was gone. The implants were dead. Humanity stood at the beginning of a new age. An age without masters, without chains, without fear. The galaxy would never be the same.